Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. It's very simple. Just pick a number now between 1 and 5 and I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation. You can have more than one number if you would like. Okay, so let's go to the board now and see what these cards have to say. All right, so we're doing card number 1, and it doesn't matter when you're looking at this. It could be in the future sometime, and because of that, just have a look and see in yourself. Does anything that I say resonate for you? Because the time really doesn't matter. Okay, so card number 1, what do I see? Oh my gosh. It's a chicken's foot, like 3 toes, like that. And I think it means like moving forward in a chicken kind of way. Maybe there's a degree of fear or hesitancy about a new path or a new opportunity that's coming up. You might not be too sure. So go slowly, all right? And you don't need to be afraid that's or nervous about it. I know we all get nervous sometimes, and anxiety is a real thing today, more than it used to be, unfortunately. Okay, two tablets. 2 cards have just come out. The Page of Cups and the 8 of Wands. The Page of Cups, it's like good news on the emotional front. Your emotions will be feeling, you'll be feeling, you know, more content. There's a message here from your subconscious coming up in one of the areas of your life. This is the cups. So the cups are about, different cups are about different areas of life. But this here is to do with the subconscious. The fish is a symbol of subconscious messages. So you could receive something in a dream or perhaps a little flash. And that's further backed up by this card, the 8 of Wands, which is all about brilliant flashes and insights coming into your mind with great alacrity, which just basically means, yeah, you'll have a lot of brilliant ideas that are flying thick and fast. So it's important to write them down or record them in some way, because you may forget them because there's so many. I hate that when that happens to me. You know, it's like, what was that thing? And it was a really good idea, and then I've just forgotten it. So write them down or record them in your phone. All right, number 2, what do I see? Okay, got a couple of things happening here. Somebody's opening a door, and then the door turns into a wheelchair. Oh my God. So how do I interpret this? The door is always like an opportunity, a new direction, a new path. Turning into a wheelchair, it might be that there's some restriction around taking the wheelchair, taking the new path initially, but then things improve, you heal, and then you can get up and walk. So the progress that you may want to make, you know, straight off the bat, might be a little bit delayed in coming, but there's a healing taking place first. All right, the card that comes up is the Knight of Wands. It's about being passionate. Actually, this fits in sort of perfectly. It's not a wheelchair that she's seated on, it's a turtle, which means, yes, it's slow. It's slow going initially, but wands are all about your passion and feeling excited by something, and you know, taking a direction in life and going for it. See that pyramid in the background? Yes, it can mean travel, but more likely it means that your chakras are opening up gradually, and you don't want them to open up in just one, you know, big go, because otherwise it's too much energy to sort of deal with. You know, it comes out in a chunk, you know. So it's important to trust yourself and to have a bit of faith in the unknown. Sometimes this can indicate a change of residence as well. So that's something to look at. But these green leaves here are suggesting it's all about growth, even if the growth is slow going or restricted at first. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, what do I see? I see the world sitting on a stand. So in other words, the world is there, the world is your oyster. There's any number of opportunities that you can go for if you've picked number 3. You just have to make up your mind. Travel could be on the horizon for you too, but this is not restricted to travel. It could be any number of opportunities because the world is your oyster. The card, of course, the Sun. Okay, this is like one of the best cards in the deck, and it's all about contentment, happiness, stability, safety, and comfort. If you've been feeling blocked or perhaps unmotivated, or you haven't been able to move ahead, this will help you because the Sun is all about growth as well. It is the key to life, really. It's something that we all need, and it also is great for a relationship. It brings insight and awareness, but it also brings sincerity. This could also mean, this card can mean liberation, and whatever limitations you have are falling away. Growth and expansion, and other people can be involved, and there's some sort of degree of certainty. It's a major arcana card. It will probably unfold over the next few months. It's not just about this week, okay? Lucky for me, I picked number 3. I always pick number 3, or most of the time I pick number 3. Number 4, what do I see? A tree. Tree can be you, but there's other trees in the background, so family tree. So support from family and or people that are like family even. I want to say birds of a feather flock together, and it's like even friends can be like family. There's some breezes coming through, and the branches are sort of gently swaying back and forth, which means changing circumstances, changing your mind, as the winds of change blow through, but not in a negative way or a harsh way, in a gentle way. So you may get more information about something that you didn't know, and then you can make better decisions because of these new breezes, the winds of change. What was that song? Gorky Park. Have a listen to the words of that. Gorky Park. I think that was in the 70s. I can't think of who sung it now, but I can see the guy. Anyway, let's have a look and see what card we get. The Justice card, all about fairness, being just. And sometimes in order to make a decision, we have to go through a bit of a process. We don't have all of the information first up because, see, she's dressed in black. Some things are hidden. But she does have intuition, this owl on her shoulder, and it's important to listen to that, to weigh up the evidence, to be thoughtful about whatever the issue is, to cut and dissect and analyse the situation, to make the decision after weighing things up, and then to take action, keeping your feet on the ground, being practical and down to earth. This is not necessarily about human law, LAW, but this card does help if you have legal matters. It is more about karmic law, LORE. What goes around comes around. It's about being fair and just. And it's a major arcana card, so it'll be playing out over the next few months at least. And it is progressive also. It's like no matter what's happened in the past, you get to clear the decks here on some level. You get to make a new start on some level if you pick card number 4. Okay, and number 5. Number 5 is alive. What do I see? Close those doors. Don't even look back. In the Bible, when Sodom and Gomorrah, I've just forgotten. Was it Moses? I just can't remember. Anyway, no, it was Lot. Sorry, Lot and his, I don't know how many wives. Why you want to have 2 or 3 or 4 wives, I don't know. Most men can't handle one wife properly, so no offence, guys, but why have multiple wives? Anyway, he had several wives there, and the Lord tells him in a vision he's got to get out of I don't know if it was Sodom or Gomorrah. I think it was Gomorrah where he actually lived. He's got to get out of that region. And so he takes his family and his wives, and they're walking out, and they're up a hill somewhere, and he's told not to look back. And so he tells his wives, don't look back. It means don't look back on the past is what it's meaning, lest you get stuck there and you turn into a pillar of salt. And so it's basically just saying don't get stuck in the past, keep moving forward, keep your eyes on the future, and stay very present with your feet on the ground now. Okay, number 5. Sorry, that was a bit convoluted. Here we go. The Hangman, another major arcana. Okay, so it won't happen overnight, but it will happen. This is saying that a new beginning is coming, but it's not coming straight away. There is still growth here in learning patience, okay? So you may not be in a situation where you can change much at the moment, but again, just focus on what you got in front of you, one step in front of the other, and maybe you can't even take that step. Maybe you're completely hanging, waiting for something or someone. But it won't be forever, okay? And then you'll be able to move forward. You're finishing up, at least in spirit, you're finishing up the past, okay? So don't get stuck there like Lot's wife, who turned and looked back at the past and focused on it, and then she turned into a pillar of salt. So, and you know, salt is all about preservation. And in the old days, you know, before refrigeration, salt was a main way of preserving food. So it's like keeping it in the past. It's not letting it decompose. It's keeping it at a certain level. So you don't want to get stuck in that. So focus on what you're doing right now, and things will change. Major arcana like this will unfold over a period of time rather than just this week. We've got 3 majors here. This could be a very significant week for a lot of people. Page of Cups, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Okay, so Wands is quite spiritual sort of element. It's like the fire, the spiritual fire to do things. So there's some spiritual fire and motivation, plus these 3 major arcana. So yeah, we can get a lot achieved this week in spirit. It's a pretty important month this month. August was big, September is big, and I'm currently doing the October horoscope, so more about that coming soon. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Don't forget to like and share. I would really appreciate that. Leave a comment. That would be fabulous. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks again. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.